everyone, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a weapon guide on the Rosie II variant of the grease gun submachine gun here in Call of Duty WW2. So now that I got the intro out of the way, let's actually dive right into the commentary. So it has been a little while since I made my last weapon guide video on Call of Duty WW2, and there has been a lot of people that came to my YouTube channel and subscribed, so you might be wondering what I am going to be doing in today's video. So what I'm going to be doing for today's video is I'm going to be going over the stats as well as a created class and how you should play with that created class in Call of Duty WW2. And for this video, I'm going to be doing the grease gun submachine gun, more specifically the Rosie II heroic version of that weapon. If you actually did not know, this particular version of the grease gun you can actually get for free. All you have to do is go over into the mail slot of Call of Duty WW2 and then you can go ahead and pick it up. And if you actually did not know, this is actually the second weapon guide that I did on the grease gun submachine gun in Call of Duty WW2. However, I decided to make another weapon guide on the grease gun because this is a really cool variant, as well as the last weapon guide that I did on the grease gun is a little bit out of date, being that I made that video before the update that completely changed around the division system in Call of Duty WW2. So now I'm going to be talking about the stats of the grease gun submachine gun. Now the damage profile of the grease gun is 35 damage up close, dropping off to 23 damage at distance. Weapon class is of course an SMG or submachine gun. Magazine size is 30 rounds and 45 with extended mag. Starting ammunition is 30 rounds in the magazine and 90 in reserve. Maximum ammunition is 30 rounds in the magazine and 180 in reserve. The rate of fire of the grease gun is 545 and 582 with rapid fire, as well as the fire mode is fully automatic. Now as you can see from the stats, the grease gun is a very high damage and lower fire rate submachine gun in Call of Duty WW2. It has a lower fire rate than something like the Wolf or the Thompson or the PPSH. However, the grease gun has really high damage, and for my weapon guides that I do is I try to make the benefits of the specific weapon even better, as well as I try to shore up some of the weaknesses that a specific weapon has. So now I'm going to be moving over to the created class that I have for the grease gun. So as you can see on your screen right now, of course I have the grease gun submachine gun, and of course I'm going to be using my Rosie II variant of that weapon. I'm going to be using the infantry division, and that's just because I want to be able to put a lot of attachments on my grease gun, and my attachments for the grease gun are going to be extended mags, grip, quick draw, as well as rapid fire. My basic training is going to be hunker, and my secondary weapon is going to be the 9mm SAP with quick draw as well as extended mags. My lethal grenade is going to be the MK2 fragmentation. However, if you would like to, you could switch that out for the sticky bomb, and of course I'm going to be using the standard stun grenade. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more in depth with this created class. Now the reason why I went ahead and chose extended mags, and that's just because although the grease gun has a pretty low fire rate, if you have extended mags you can take out 3 or 4 enemies without having to reload. I'm also going to be using the quick draw attachment, and that's just because you want to be able to get those iron sights up as quickly as you possibly can. I'm also going to be using rapid fire because the rate of fire on the grease gun is pretty low. However, if you put on rapid fire, it's going to increase that rate of fire pretty significantly. I'm also going to be using the hunker basic training because I don't want to get blown up by grenades and C4. And my secondary weapon is going to be the 9mm SAP, and that's just because I like that pistol. If you personally prefer any other pistol in the game, I would highly recommend that you just go ahead and switch out the pistol to the one that you personally like more. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be talking about how you should play with this created class in Call of Duty WW2 multiplayer. Now I designed this created class to be a very fast-paced class, being that you can run around and take out players very quickly with this created class. If you actually did not know, the grease gun is one of the only submachine guns in the game that has a 3-shot kill range. So if you get up really close and personal with the enemies, you can take them out almost instantly, and it is a really good created class for running around. And you will notice that the gameplay that you're watching on your screen right now, I get some kills where I absolutely melt people at close range, and that is one good thing about this grease gun created class that I have for today. However, the good thing about the grease gun, and that is if you find enemies that are at longer ranges, you can still pick them off with this weapon. So yeah, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like on it down below. Also subscribe for more Call of Duty WW2 weapon guides like this one. We are on the grind to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, so if you guys would like to subscribe, that would really help me out. So yeah, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope to see you in the next one.